Hey, so Democrats have been demonstrating once again how tolerant they are of opposing ideas. No, I'm just kidding. They've been telling their followers to attack conservatives. Yeah, let's start with Obama's Attorney General, Eric Holder, because he thinks that you should kick conservatives. Seriously, and I have a clip for this, but before I show it, just remember, this guy was the Attorney General of the United States. He's like the top lawman in the country, the head of the Department of Justice. Alright, take a look at this clip.
No. When they go low, we kick them. That's what this new Democratic Party is about. We're proud as hell to be Democrats. We're willing to fight for the ideals of the Democratic Party. We're proud of our history, we're proud of our present, and we're proud of the future that we can create for this country.
So there you have it. I love the little chant that gets started at the end, like, I think they're saying fight. Like, we're in some kind of playground in, like, what, middle school? Seriously, like, I have a crowd gather around screaming fight. That's, like, modern politics, or at least modern Democrat politics. But it doesn't stop with Eric Holder. If it did, you know. No, there's also Hillary Clinton, who just simply won't go away. She thinks that people shouldn't be civil with conservatives, not until Democrats win either the House or the Senate. You know, another word for civil is decent, right? It's a synonym. They're literally saying that they won't be decent people until we give them power. Why would you give power to a person who can't be decent when they don't have any? I mean, really. Okay, take a look at Hillary Clinton saying this.
You cannot be civil with a political party that wants to destroy what you stand for, what you care about. That's why I believe if we are fortunate enough to win back the House and or the Senate, that's when civility can start again.
Now, Eric and Hillary are both big names in, you know, Democrat politics. But there's also, of course, Mad Max or Maxine Waters, who has, for like 2 years now, been talking about how conservatives or Republicans need to be confronted and driven out of supermarkets or restaurants or wherever they gather, right? Like conservatives are some kind of lepers or something. Yeah, so this is like becoming a new narrative for them. In fact, it's going beyond just politicians and into like Think Progress, the far left media organization. One of the editors for Think Progress, he tweeted something that I think sums up the way that all of these people feel. Okay? He said, quote, "Tell me again why we shouldn't confront Republicans where they eat, where they sleep, where they work, until they stop being complicit in the destruction of our democracy." Unquote. Where they sleep. Like, he wants people to be harassed even in their homes, to have no peace whatsoever. This is his idea of, like, what, a good republic? Because don't forget, we're not actually supposed to be a democracy. You know, we don't want mob rule, which is what democracy actually is. But he actually wants this. It's crazy. It's like they've got everything backwards in their heads. And this is not existing in a vacuum. It's not like people haven't been attacked. Lots of Trump supporters have been attacked. There are tons of photos of people with like Trump t-shirts on or MAGA hats on, and you can see like blood dripping onto them. And they haven't done anything wrong. They were attacked because of the hat or the shirt, right? Because they're Trump supporters. And yet, these people like Eric Holder and Hillary Clinton and Mad Max are all trying to increase the rhetoric, to inflame these people so that these attacks continue or ultimately worsen. And of course there was Steve Scalise too, right? He was shot on the baseball field where he was alongside other senators. If there hadn't been a security guard there to return fire, who knows how many Republican senators would be dead. Certainly Steve would have, been killed. And yet we're pretending like this didn't even happen. But there's been tons of attacks. In fact, you can, if you've been living under a rock, you may have missed this, but there was this male feminist who just recently kicked a woman for being anti-abortion. Like, a male feminist, yeah, it's just crazy. And then in Portland, Oregon, Antifa, the terrorist organization, they've essentially taken over the city, taken over the streets. They decided to take it upon themselves to direct traffic, or more aptly, misdirect traffic, and threaten drivers, and attack cars with batons, and swear at these drivers, and, talk about how white they are, and crazy stuff. All while police stand by and do nothing. Like, what are the police even there for? I have to wonder, like, are they there to protect the Antifa protesters? I say protesters loosely, like rioters, terrorists, whatever you want to call them. Yeah. And, of course, Rand Paul was attacked by his neighbour, right? He had multiple broken ribs and lung contusions, which led to multiple cases of pneumonia. This was actually life-threatening. You get pneumonia after you break several ribs because you can't breathe properly. So you're forced to breathe really lightly, and then you're much more likely to get pneumonia from just barely breathing. That's been mocked on television, like on air. Like, how can you even joke about the fact that, you know, a senator was almost killed, attacked in his own front yard? But they have, including an MSNBC commentator, Casey Hunt. She said that this was one of her, quote, favourite stories. Rand Paul being attacked. He's not even a conservative. I mean, I know he ran as a Republican, but he's a libertarian. He just happens to be a decent person. But it's not even just her. There's also the Kentucky Secretary of State, who is, of course, a Democrat. I just want to tell you what she said, seriously. Quote, "Many folks say that Rand Paul can't be beat. They're worried he might be too well liked. I don't buy that. Just ask his neighbor. He can be beaten." Unquote. This was the Kentucky Secretary of State? Who thinks that that's funny? I mean, he almost died. You see, what I'm trying to get at here is, this isn't just one person, you know, here and there. No, this is like a grand scale. They actually want conservative people to be attacked. And they're doing everything they can to promote it. Because, you know, a lot of people, you know, regular Democrats, you know, you're going to have some who are seriously crazy, like all out crazy. And it's not a big leap to go from, you know, drive them out of their supermarkets and restaurants and get up in their faces and kick them. It's not a big leap from those to attack them with lethal force. It's really not. Especially for the person who's just slightly unhinged. To take it that extra step. And frankly, I'm starting to wonder if that's what they want. If they want somebody to take it that extra step. But eventually, someone's going to shoot back. Right? A regular conservative probably is going to get attacked, and he's going to be carrying, and he's going to be forced to shoot. And whose fault will that be? It will be these pundits and politicians who act like this is okay, who encourage violence against conservatives. You'll have two people who are hurt, the conservative who was attacked, and, you know, the Democrat guy, you know, who attacked him and is now shot. This is inevitable. Do you remember when Hillary said that Trump was a problem because he won't accept the results, you know, of the election and is therefore a danger to democracy? Here's a reminder.
On Wednesday night, Donald Trump did something no other presidential nominee has ever done. He refused to say that he would respect the results of this election. Now, make no mistake, by doing that, he is threatening our democracy.
Yeah, but now who's a danger to democracy? Or a danger to our republic? Because they don't really want a democracy. They keep using the term democracy over and over again and talking about how they want to get rid of the Electoral College. But they don't really want a democracy. Like, over in California, they voted on gay marriage before it went to the Supreme Court. And they voted no. Because overwhelmingly the black and Hispanic vote said no. They didn't want it. But they didn't accept that. They kept pushing for different ways to get, you know, gay marriage approved. They don't actually like a direct democracy. They just say they do. Like, climate change is not an issue that people care about. Like, even those who think that man-made climate change is real, they don't prioritize that above the economy, or above immigration, or above like 1,000 other issues. You know, they don't believe in indirect democracy or democracy, or even our republic. They just want to win at all costs. And something really bad's going to happen. Alright, that's all I have to say for now. If you got this far in the episode, then you probably enjoyed this, so please like it and share it with your friends. I'd certainly appreciate it. I also have a couple of links in the description below about ways to subscribe. You can subscribe here on YouTube, and I would appreciate it if you did, but there are better ways in addition, and there's a link in the description just for that. There's also another link that will show you different ways that you can support me, and thank you so much to those who have already. Alright, thank you.
Check out our official products at our home site, healthwise.org. We have been helping people to live better and healthier lives for a decade. Our products tend to be more effective than other products as they work with nature instead of against it. We recommend our colloidal copper lotion, which is our flagship product, or everyone's favorite, the dental cleanser. Thank you for listening and for your support.